We have every packet capture and all the data from the whole election for the 2020 November 3rd election.
What if they conned you?
12 different ones across this country, and two of them work for the government. I don't think so. Like, what if you were conned? Well, then you could come there and get $5 million, huh? You know, I offered $5 million. There's a $5 million prize. This today will be our victory these next 3 days.
If there was fraud that was done in a voting machine or via a voting machine, it would be found. In an open society, an open internet like the United States, I was skeptical that anyone would even try that because it would be identified very quickly. We need to have people who are willing to point out voter fraud where it occurred, but not make it up where it didn't occur.
This guy who is carrying this forward, Robert, he and I sat next to one another at the conference. And he's been calling me for the last 2 years, trying to get me to join his lawsuit. You know, this was sent before I left the conference, and it was delivered on the 14th to Lindell. I don't think there was one other person who did this. I'm not a litigator. I don't like litigation. I don't have an attorney. And that was what Robert wanted me to join. And I said, well, Robert, why do you want me to join your assertion when I'm the only one who abided by the rules that the arbitration committee would look at? So Lindell, I think what I've heard through the grapevine is that he said that he's going to take it to court. And of course you can break those arbitrations. They're, you know, when you have the kind of money and political clout that he does, he'll get this into court. Well, once it gets into court, then discovery occurs, and the discovery is going to show that I'm probably the only one who abided by the rules. So Lindell's then going to sit there and think, you know, I'm kind of obligated to Alderson, but there's all of these other people with lawsuits, and I'm kind of screwed whichever way. I'm going to call Alderson and see if I can negotiate a deal. I think that's what's going to happen. You know, Lindell's not a technologist. He doesn't know a packet from a poodle. But he got sold a bill of goods by these charlatans, in my opinion. I proved it was not a PCAP file like he asserted. I proved it didn't have any information because I converted the hexadecimal stuff into text. There was nothing in any of his information that had anything to do with 2020, let alone, you know, the election fraud. And so here is this guy, you know, puffing himself up, and Christian evangelicals, you know, believing in him. And it does not hold scriptural truth. It doesn't even hold basic ethics. And for him to make these assertions, it damages, you know, conservatives, it damages the Republican Party, it damages Christianity, it damages every single element. To be a liar is absolutely the most egregious thing, and bearing false witness. And that man is desperate and has got himself into a tizzy to where he is violating everything that he pretends to believe in. When you start telling people you have evidentiary, and then I go and buy a ticket, travel with the inducement of a $5 million award, I spend my time and my energy and my money, and then I go in and use my expertise to basically prove this beyond a reasonable doubt, and then he doesn't pay me, or he doesn't pay anybody. You know, the legal system should, in either Dakotas or Minnesota, should bring him up on interstate fraud charges, because the man offered something and he did not do what he said.